Once again, we are here with you, and it is a Friday, and I'm so glad you're here. It's the end of the week, and we're going to try to let you know what's going on this weekend. There's a jam-packed weekend full of stuff to do that's fun and exciting, and we hope that we'll be able to get you acclimated. We're going to jump into the events that are going on first, but first, the introductions. My name is Brian Bacchus, and yours isn't.
I'm Jamal Smith, and welcome to episode 58. 58 of Altadena Talks.
It's great.
It is great. This is a show where we actually share some information to everybody who was affected by the Eaton fires to help you guys rebuild. We want to rebuild Altadena bigger, better, and stronger than it was before. So, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all your support. And I'm going to jump into the slides or the announcements, because we always have a lot. We'll do a few of them, then we'll pop into the show and we'll break and do a few more. We'll break it up like that. So, see you in a minute. All right. So, the first one, it's the most important one. The right of entry form deadline has been extended to April 15th. This is also including, on a case-by-case basis, owner-occupied condos, multifamily residential properties, and select commercial properties, including small businesses. So don't wait till the end or until the deadline. Go ahead and apply now so that you can actually get that, so you can opt in and get your debris either removed by the Army Corps of Engineers, or you can opt out. The cool thing, though, is if you do opt in and you ultimately want to opt out, you can change it. But go ahead and make a decision now. And then the other thing I found out was that FEMA, the deadline was the 31st for applying for FEMA assistance. Basically, they're saying if you're impacted by the fire and were unable to apply for FEMA assistance prior to that March 31st deadline due to extenuating circumstances, you may still be able to file a late application. Basically, if you want to do that, you call the FEMA helpline at 1-800-621-3362. And those lines are open from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. The disaster recovery centers are available still from Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. The one in our area is 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. And then for the One Stop Permit Center, this is located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They're available Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and for Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this is for just walk-in availability. Now, if you want to set up an appointment, you can actually do so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. or Saturdays 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now, just so you guys know, I went to the link today just to see what the availability was, and all of April appointments have been scheduled. So there's nothing available for the rest of April. You will have to go into May in order to schedule an appointment should you want to do that. And if you do, you would just basically go to recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/one-stop-permit-centers. I'll do one more and then we'll take a break. The LA County Department Authority has a housing voucher or housing choice voucher waiting list open. It began at 8 a.m. today, Friday the 4th, and the registration is going to basically remain open until 300 individuals or families displaced by the fires basically apply. And what you would do is you would go to harp.lacda.org in order to apply. And with that, we'll go back to here. So Brian and I will be back in the show, and I'll do some more announcements a little bit later. So happy Friday, bro.
I have a serious face on today because I'm coming up on 90 days
Oh yeah.
since the incident happened, and we have been seeing progress. In the beginning, it was like everybody was confused. It was, what do I do first? First of all, you didn't even know if your house was gone. You couldn't even get back up there. I made the bold decision to drive through regardless. But at the same time, I was like, I have no clue as to what I'm about to find. So to go from that point to now, we're coming up on 90 days and we're seeing progress. You got the 72-hour call. You got to wait to see what goes around with that. I'm excited about the progress. It's and our knowledgeable partner in crime here has popped in. We knew she would. So
Partner in crime.
It's the end of the week.
Yep.
And it's a jam-packed week end with lots of events. We got to coordinate our movements.
Coordinate.
Our whole goal really is to bring the event to you the following week on the recap. That's our goal. So I'll definitely be having pancakes in the morning.
You and them pancakes.
That's right.
Because I need them, man. I need them now. Shoot, to get the fire. I need some vegetables. I'm still displaced. Y'all be forgetting, and I like to eat real food, not food that's touched like 19 hands.
Oh.
2. Maybe.
That don't sound good at all. What's up, Tony? How you doing today?
Good. Happy Friday. How are y'all?
Hey, just like you said, happy Friday.
Chilly most.
You what?
What he said.
What'd he say?
Lance, that used to hang around DL, right?
Uh-huh.
His favorite thing to say to you, he said, "What's up, Lance?" He goes, "Chilly most."
Chilly most?
Chilly most.
Chilly most. That's what it feels like today for Friday. That's good. But you're right. It's going to be extremely busy this weekend.
Mm-hmm. This month.
Yeah, I got to be at the park at 8:30.
Oh, for the volunteers.
I passed there yesterday because, I stopped by Mirror to watch your speech, listen to your speech, walked all through the campus to the library and everything. And I was like, where are they?
My luck. I get to Sylmar and I'm like, the whole car starts to shake, but it's still rolling, right? I'm like, so I pull over. The whole tread comes off the tire on the spare. So a brother jumps off the freeway and gets back on. Luckily for me, God sent his angel slow driving truck that was going like 55. And I just jumped behind him the whole way.
That's good.
And because as soon as it got here, it just said, and now there's no air in the tire. Yeah,
But what did you find out about that tire?
That tire was 12 years old, as if when the car
was
first made. Now, I bought my same car from the same dealer 8 years ago, right? All brand new tires, even the spare. So I bought the same car from the same place, just newer year. Mm-hmm. You would think that they would have checked that spare. It's like as if that spare has never touched ground in its life.
Yeah, apparently it hadn't.
And the fact is, tires after a while rot out.
They do get rid. Yeah, but damn.
So they have a date on them too. You could see when they were manufactured. There's a little date,
I looked
of course it's not, but you can barely see it. It's one of them little. It's the same color as the tire.
It's next to the DOT. It's the DOT number that tells you what date that the tire was manufactured. I learned that trick. I was watching a reel, and this guy goes, "I bought these tires; they're brand new." He said, "Man, the tire's 6 years old. They look new."
Right.
So after that, now when I go to the tire place, I'll be looking at the number and looking at it right there. Oh no, man! The tire can be up to 3 years old and still be new. But 6 years old, no, 12, you're pushing up to 1,500 miles on that spare.
That's the donut?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's why I was saying, man, you're lucky, bro.
When I got to the wheel place, they said my wheels didn't fit. I had to order these spacers. They won't be here till tomorrow or Sunday or whatever time Amazon delivers. But yeah. If it would have been back in the day, it's, no, you ain't gonna get there for about 3 or 4 weeks. So at least we live in modern technological logistics.
Right.
I just found out about something about Amazon. When you have gear there that you sell, they ship your stuff to different places. So like all your extra large, 2X, all that goes to one place, one distribution. All your smaller, petite items go over to this distribution because they have it set up so that it's fundamentally efficient for them to be able to pull stuff. Because you don't want the big stuff with the little stuff, and it doesn't matter where it is. It's going to all get to you to the same place anyway. When they tell you that stuff that says coming in separate packages, that's why. Because it's coming from New York, Detroit, Peoria.
Right.
Peoria.
Oh yeah, that's where they have their weird.
It's just not a city.
They just built a new one. I think it's a distribution center right there when you first drive into Vegas. It's a real big, giant one on the right. It's like all the truck bays and everything.
By the racetrack?
By the racetrack. I was gonna say where the 15 ice cream cone stones were. You know those stacks of stones. Yeah.
The Magic Mountain.
No. Yes. they form nonprofits for everything. We're gonna put these 15
really? That's a nonprofit
here in formation, and then we're gonna honor it by having people come here and pay $15 to $20 just to come over here and stand by it.
Right.
I just fly my drone over there and go around it and come back. Those are the fun days. Hey, you can't fly drones over here. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I already got the footage. Those are my daredevil days. So I realized I had to get a license, and then they track your drone. So now, no more.
They're tracking drones now?
Oh yeah! Ever since 2024, they passed a new law that with the FAA that you have to register your drone first off. Second off, all drones, they banned DJI drones from China. And that's the drones I have. Well, I had. So I don't like the American-made drones because they're garbage.
When did they ban the other ones? I don't remember that.
They're not really banned. It's just that you can't use them for commercial use. Government use, definitely a no-no. So I was at this drone conference in Vegas a couple years ago, and I met this guy from the Department of Defense. And he said, I spend $10 million a year on buying drones. And we take all the drones and we take them apart and we take all the remote stuff out that can go back. And then we just fly them in a shielded, like this big giant hangar. His job is to spend $10 million. Now, see, if you want to cut some spending.
Right.
This dude is like, you just see him. He looks like Willie Nelson. All weird in the ponytail.
$10 million on drones
$10 million to go to these drone conferences. Now, mind you, these aren't these little drones.
No,
they're the little ones. They're the big, like you could drop a package of anything. Like, say, they utilize these a lot for when they're helping African continents deliver medications in far off places where they can't necessarily fly a plane. And there's no landing strips or anything. So they use that guys to really formulate, okay, so how can we use this drone to drop a bomb on somebody? Because if you're dropping packages on parachutes, what's to stop you from dropping anything else without a parachute? So and then they had the robot dogs there. Remember I was telling you about that, Jamal, where that dog, every time I moved, he followed me. I'm like, this is eerie. He stood up on his hind legs and he was taller than me. And this was a robot dog. Now, anytime he could have just went pop pop and I would have been dead. Dude, that's titanium paws, man.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, and he could have just kept doing it. You know?
Oh man.
See, I'm dystopian thinking, dude. I watch all these movies that are crazy, like, you know, the end of the world stuff, like World War Z and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Because majority of the stuff that you see on these movies, they actually have done.
It's true.
That's where they got the idea for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to give you the subtle hint, like, this is what's happening. Y'all can take it or leave it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that technology part though, right there. Some of the movies you think way back in the day,
Area 51.
But even like Star Trek, when they had the communicators, the flip phone,
I know, that's funny. They had that in the 60s.
And it's like on speakerphone, like Scotty, beam me up. It's like, man, 10 years later, or however many years later, we had flip phones that look just like that.
Right.
Oh, yeah. We're behind at least 10, 15 years on technology by the time they release it.
Oh, exactly.
I know
the military does all that stuff. You know, they're using it actively.
Because the flip phones started really becoming popular between like 2000 2005, because then you had like the little tiny phones you could fit in your pocket. You had the Nokia, that battery never died.
Yes.
Like, okay, if you got a phone and the battery never dies, how is it that the technology now, the batteries die really quick?
Instantly.
Planned obsolescence. So you'll buy more phones. That's all it is.
Oh, well, you know what it is. I gotta say, the technology with the Nokia. You imagine when you were texting with the Nokia? You remember you had to know the alphabet on the phone.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to spell cat, you had to go. I started making a cadence out of words I would spell, just so I know how many times I pushed the button. Because sometimes you had it in your pocket, you were trying to text by memory of what you spelled. Oh man, that was terrible.
Yeah,
that's right.
Then I got a job, Tony, working for this entertainment company that was making all kind of movies. Like they made Platoon and Murder at 1600, all that, right?
Mm.
So I was doing their IT. So this was 2003, and they were like, can we get those Palm Pilot devices and get our mail on them? I'm like, yeah, you know how much it's going to cost? You got to upgrade to Exchange, and then you got to program it to make sure that all your emails are set up on your phones properly. And then, yes, you can do that. Had them bad boys up in meetings, like they texting people like, hey, what's that gadget you got? Oh, I'm checking my email. You can check your email from the phone?
And nowadays, you're like decrepit if you don't have one. You know, if you don't have your email on your phone. Like,
but back then, that stuff cost thousands of dollars to set up and maintain.
I know.
You know,
crazy. I remember I thought I was Microsoft. Stuff when I had the BlueBerry or the BlackBerry with the company.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we get our emails here. That's dope.
I just watched the documentary on that.
Oh, yeah, I got to watch it.
You got to watch that one, and you got to watch, huh?
Aren't they still around?
No, BlackBerry is, they're done.
Really? Okay.
It showed the rise and fall in the documentary. I mean, you remember the last person to really use a BlackBerry was Obama. After that, because BlackBerry was
were secure.
What I loved about totally. You could have your server in-house and everyone's phone is synced to the server. So there is no breach. But of course, Apple and Samsung and Droid manufacturers are like, oh no, our phones are secure. And no, they're not. They're always searching for a tower. Always. How are they secure? Unless you got them secured to your towers in the White House. That way, all calls going out will be monitored.
Happy Friday to you, Shawnee. Happy
Yes, we are
Friday.
on, and we're like the Tony Talks Friday edition. We're just talking. Altadena Talks with Tony Talks.
Everybody
Talk squared.
Cubed.
Talks cubed.
Mm-hmm.
I was slow at it today. You got me, Jamal. You got me.
Hey, every now and then I can. Every now and then. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few more announcements. We'll pop back in because I know there's a lot of other activities going on for the day. Be right back. All right. The next one is our folks at World Central Kitchen. You know, they have a bunch of hubs in the area. Some have hot meals, some have portable water stations and the farmers markets. So our locations, we got 3 of them in the area. One is at Iglesia del Nazareno at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. They're open from 4 to 7, Monday through Saturday. And then we have a couple in Sierra Madre and one in Altadena. So Gordy's garage parking lot at 843 West Woodbury Road in Altadena, and then the Pasadena Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre. These 2 are open Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We got the Dina Relief Drive every Saturday from 11 to 4. This is at Pasadena Church at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. And if you're available, go ahead and go down there and volunteer. You can scan the QR code to volunteer. And then Pacific Oaks College has distribution of women's clothing, air purifiers, baby formula, face masks, adult diapers, gloves, and disinfectant wipes. They're at 45 West Eureka Street in Pasadena, and they're available Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then our folks at Fair Oaks Burger, they actually today from 11 to 3 have free meals, and then Saturday they have the farmers market from 9 to 12, and perhaps they will have the pancakes and breakfast burritos. I'm not quite sure. They didn't have that on their flyer, but they'll definitely have the farmers market. And again, this is 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. And if you're able to volunteer for them, they do need volunteers on Saturday from 8 until 1. All right. And we'll come on back to the show. Let's chop it up again.
Chop it up.
Chopping it up again.
Chop it up.
I never knew we chop it up again. We need to have like a variety of songs for Altadena Talks Apple. We need to have like some country one. I'll even do the voiceover.
I can definitely get some music together. You could add the lyrics. Because I throw some reggae up in there, get some rock, do some gospel. We do the whole shebang.
Wait. What's the pastor? What's the pastor who told everybody to lock them doors, shut them doors? I need 40,000. Marvin Sapp.
He said what?
Oh, Bishop Sapp.
You didn't see that video? Oh my God! He said, "Shut the doors." He said it 4 times. I said, "Shut the door." Now there's 1,000 of y'all in here. Y'all can come off with $20, $40 each. You can line up right here. I want you to hand me the money. He said, forget the others.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Like
and he was counting the money right there. Okay, yeah, we close.
Because he was trying to do a $40,000 offering. He was trying to raise 40 grand.
So that's fine. I love when they do that because sometimes people be coming there and don't be, taking care of the fruits. You know what I'm saying? You let it fall on the ground, your blessings over there, rolling over there. Sometimes you got to make sure that when they fall down, you pick them up right there and give it away.
Yep.
It's called benevolence.
Oh,
So
God.
See public service announcements all the time about it. I mean, that was funny though, the way he did it, but I would have said, "Here you go, Pastor. Here's 50, man. That's awesome." I think you should do that every week because now you'll have a church of 10. No, but man, people give any which way they can. My father said, "Always help people because that's what we're here for." So he didn't know that we were going to move to Altadena and I'd be subjected to getting bagged on at school and wearing my little $5 tennis shoes from Boys Market.
Oh, God.
Who had tennis shoes from Boys Market? You?
Yeah, mom's she go buy her fancy stuff. And if you listen, Mom, you know it's true. I don't tell no fib.
That's funny because I be saying the same.
You can call my brother and sister and they'll say the exact thing for verbatim.
Look, we know our parents be watching. Be like, look, here, I'm going to just tell it.
Well, she knows. She'll come on here and comment. Boy, you lying. Yeah. No, I'm not.
Like, no, I ain't. But the funny thing is, that's all. And we've learned now as adults, middle-aged adults, right? That it's all about perspective. Because even when you look back at your childhood and it's like, well, that was my experience. Might not have been how my parents doled it out, but that's how I received it and experienced it, right?
Right. They thought they was doing you right.
My mom be like, right?
I get it. These look clean. They knew.
I'd be like, yes, that's how it happened. She's like, no, it didn't. And I'm like, okay, maybe that ain't how you put it out there, but that's how it happened to me.
Hey, that's why I was telling B.
Our whole vision. So it's funny. So when your parents, I know mine, my mom didn't go see nothing that I ever did. My dad was always proud, but he couldn't see anything. So, but my mom would brag to her friends like, yeah, my son's doing this and that and this and that. So her friends would be seeing me in the grocery store. Hey, baby, your mama told me about that 300 game you bought the other day. And I'm like, how you know about it?
Well, mama told you.
Yeah, you see they're going to be talking regardless.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I walk in the house and I go, hey, Mom, how many 300s I bought? Boy, get out my face. Stop asking me them questions.
But you telling people, so obviously.
Right. She don't want to tell you, though. You might get a big head or something. I'm like, nah, I know I'm good at this, so I don't have to worry about being a big head. I just do it.
Yeah, but, how many 300s do you have again?
I have officially 6. I just actually asked the American Bowling Congress to send me all of my achievements. I was surprised that I had so many. It wasn't just the 300s. It was like all the 275 plus games. And dude, I just sometimes just bowl and I don't even think about it. I sometimes throw the ball and go sit down. You know,
I've been with you when you've done that. I definitely know that.
My most greatest achievement, though. Yes, this is if your kids are watching, folks. You put your fingers in their ears because this is not for them. I don't condone what I'm about to say. Only in certain controlled environments and amongst friends. So, I had just got a job in Vegas. It was October 6th. They finally called me for this tech job. I was going to work for Fusion Storm. I was so thankful. I dropped down on my knees. I thank God. I think I was crying. I've been looking for a job for 6 months when I moved to Vegas, Tony. It was rough. It wasn't really rough. I was hustling people at the bowling alley. I was making like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. So it really wasn't that bad. But I wanted a job though. So got a job, and my boy Rick Washington, I called him up because he lived up there in Boulder. We were bowling that night. And so he brought Crown and Coke to the bowling alley. And I hadn't been drinking at all. I said I wasn't going to drink until I got a job. Down that first one. So the first game was 190.
How'd that work out?
The second game, man, I was lit. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to bowl good this game. I threw the first 9 strikes. So
first 9 strikes.
I threw the first 9 strikes. So in the 10th frame, and Rick throws 3 in a row. The second Rick throws 3 in a row. Nicole on my team threw 3 in a row, and she shot at 270 that game. So the team that we were bowling against goes, looks like they took all your strikes.
Oh.
I say, you think so?
Watch this.
Yeah, right.
I threw the ball, turned around, and went like this. Did that hit? I could hear it. All of them in the pit. He goes, ah! Did the second one like that. Turned around. Did that hit? Bam. The third ball, I threw it, and then I was on lanes 31 and 32. I just ran all the way down to lane 45. And I listened. I ran all the way out to the casino. I was in the Red Rock Casino bowling. I ran all the way out to the casino and put $10 on number 8, and I was sitting there, and it didn't win. So I came back, and they were like, "Where'd you go?" I said, "Man, you see that luck? No, I could never done that."
Yeah.
So I ran over there to see if my luck was changing. It's gonna be fun. Didn't work out, but Red Rock, they gave me a nice plaque, a nice ring, $300, and a what do you call that? A gift card to every restaurant in the Red Rock.
Right.
I was like, now I was like, I've been wanting to eat at the steakhouse for a while now, so
right.
I can go over there and check it out. Man, that was great. I did that twice, and then I haven't bowled a 300 since 2013, mainly because I ain't really been bowling. But I think the last one I bowled before that was like 2003, so they go in increments of 20 years, so who knows what's coming up. I remember when Bahama Lanes used to be over there for Rosemead and Foothill.
Yeah.
We're actually more like, what is that? Halstead, Sierra Madre. What is that street? When you pass, is it still Orange Grove before it turns into Rosemead?
Yeah.
Or is the street between Madre and Foothill?
That's Orange Grove.
It's still, yeah, but it was still, it's Orange Grove at that point? I thought it was still
stopped right at Sierra
Rosemead.
Madre. On the bottom half that goes down is Rosemead. Once you get to Sierra Madre and you're going west is Orange Grove.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've been trying to figure out, because anyway, that's where the bowling alley was. It was a great time. And we used to bowl a lot of pot games up there. It's funny. There's so many different forms of clean gambling that people do all the time. I mean, we just started off in 4th grade flipping quarters.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get my canteen money at Muir flipping quarters. Like, one time I had this 2-headed quarter. I was hitting people, right? They was like, this dude always win.
You just had to test it, huh?
Well, when you look in the back of the comic books, when you used to read comic books or the Motor Trend or whatever, they always have these novelty things you could buy.
Oh, that's true.
You can buy the sea monkeys. Remember that? That was really just algae shrimp that came alive, right?
That's all it was, brine shrimp.
You thought I was doing some. Mom, look, they came alive. I just had her water. She looking at you go, that poor child.
I was fascinated with some. I would every day come home and just look at that thing. And I was like, man, what is this?
The seahorse?
It moved. The sea monkey.
The sea monkey.
Sea monkey, yeah. He said brine shrimp.
That's what it is. It's brine shrimp.
Like, hey, we're here. We're going to be dancing for
Little
you.
faces and everything. They look crazy.
And they do have faces, but you need a magnifying glass to see the 2 little eyes. They're dead. They just came alive because the water is moving. Then they had that little button you push so they can move the water.
Damn shit.
Oh my God. Some of the Tony earlier, me and Jamal was talking about Cracked and Mad Magazine and how I told him I was getting most of my quick snapbacks from that.
From Mad?
Man,
they had some crazy stuff in there.
Oh my God.
Remember how you could fold the back cover to make another
so you can make another picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love that.
That's the first thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to show? Oh, it's a rocket.
Yeah.
People got pissed off because you wanted it to be something else.
That little crazy face on Mad. The little dude with the...
Yeah, what me wearing?
Like this and...
Alfred E. Newman.
Alfred E. Newman. That is right. Oh, Al.
And then Cracked came and tried to do a spinoff, but they weren't that good. But what I loved about mad is that they would do like these little commercials in the magazine. Like it would be an ad, but it was their thing. And so one time they had jeans for big people. So they called them elephantine jeans, right? So the ad said, and they had a sexy lady on there. She was shapely. She was just big. It said elephantine jeans. I'm fat, and that's that.
Oh, wow. Never heard of that one.
But that was 70s. You can't remember 70s, 80s? No one cared. There was no censorship. Oh, yeah, Spy versus Spy. Mark says Spy versus Spy. Now, Spy versus Spy was racist because there was a black spy and a white spy. Where's the Asian spy? Where's the Mexican spy? You know, where's the Cambodian spy? Where's the Indian
The Cambodian spy. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, can't leave nobody out, man. You know, it's all inclusive. You know, spy is a spy. But yeah, but how easy was that to make? Just make one black and one white. Now you got conflict.
That's going to happen anyway, conflict.
Right.
Is it still being made?
Oh, I believe so. It's probably digital now.
Oh, okay. Because I'm
Man's
seeing
not going nowhere. I'm pretty sure there's some. You can probably find it on the internet. Mad and Crack. Now, my two favorite cartoon characters were Heckle and Jekyll. One was from New York and the other one was from England.
England, yeah. That was the weirdest thing. And weren't they like brothers or something?
Cousins or something.
Yeah.
But they was black.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Always had some little hats on. Always trying to sell you some snake oil. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you one bottle, not two bottles, but 3 bottles for the amazing price. It's so funny.
Look at that.
They always got ran out of town by the cops and they had to take their suitcase that was on the stand. Remember, you open a suitcase and the little X come out.
Yeah.
Boy, door-to-door sales. My mom used to brag about, like, we used to sell stockings door-to-door, make a lot of money. I'm like,
they sell everything.
Well, that's the only way you probably could do it because there was no affording to teach. You know, everything. So insurance door-to-door, vacuum cleaners. I mean, your door was like that, though, boy. You can't even say no solicitation. That's the horror because how you going to get your milk? How you going to get everything else? Everything. Because they would knock door to door to get the subscriptions to get the milk delivered.
Yeah. What are you gonna choose to do this weekend, Brian?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to get a chauffeur.
Oh, you gotta get a tire. I've
that's not gonna happen.
You can't just get another donut for that car.
They don't have those like on the ready. They're especially made. They're this skinny, first of all, to discourage you from driving on.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be 50 miles.
Time.
I went 1,500 miles on that bad boy. It was due to. Well, it wouldn't have. It probably would have been okay had it not been 12 years old.
That's true, because I'm sure.
Oh God.
Right. But I know, like I said earlier, I got to go to the. Oh, did you guys see what I posted last night about the Section 8 that's for?
Yeah.
The fire. Did you guys talk about that?
Yeah, I know.
No, we. Oh, you did?
I did.
I
did.
Cool.
Because that probably was done by now.
Yeah, because they were keeping it open until 300 families applied or individuals.
Oh,
so that
probably 1,000 people out there.
Matter of fact, let me look on my Facebook to the post, and I'm gonna try to click on the link and see if it's closed.
And I put it on the AltadenaTalks community page or the group page.
Did?
Yeah, including the stuff afterwards with all the detail.
The portal's still open.
Okay. Well, hey.
Well, I guess not too many people know about it then.
Maybe not. I don't know. But that's why I posted it last night when I got the email about it saying, hey, this is for immediate release, please. You know, I was like, okay. So it says it'll open its waiting list to provide up to 50 individuals, family, not 300. Oh, wait, displaced by Palisades and Eaton. Priority admission. Registration will only remain open until 300 apply. So 50 are going to be priority, I guess. Yeah. 50 from the Eaton and Palisades fire will be priority, but the whole Section 8 thing will be open until 300 apply. So definitely, I know that there's people, and we know at least 300 probably, that are still displaced, still don't have, anywhere to live and no money. A lot of them that were renters. So I really hope people see it and go on there and apply, as it could help somebody that is in real need.
That's what we're here
cool.
for.
I'm glad you guys had talked about it. I know I was later, so yeah.
No, that's cool. This is the thing that I put up. I have it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, on the group page, it has this and a little bit more detail. It's like 3 different slides.
That's fine. I just posted exactly what I got. I copy pasted it because I was like, I'm not trying to put nothing but the alarm weights and you know what? Let me go on and get this up so people can at least hopefully see it.
No doubt. All right, so I'm gonna do something right now. Wait, where is it? All right, I'm gonna give a taste of just the chorus of the song that we've been talking about, Tony. So you let me know if y'all can hear it, and let me know what you think. And it's only gonna be the chorus.
Are you gonna give a taste?
Yeah. All right, so I don't want to show.
Hold on. Let me stop the music.
Yeah, we'll do this. You should still be able to hear it. So let me see. Ready?
Listening. Don't hear
Can't hear it?
No.
All right, hold on.
We're having some engineering difficulties.
Oh, gosh. Why is it not working? All right. You still can't hear it. Hold on.
Well, you're not playing it. You gotta hit play.
Shut up, Brian.
Still can't hear it?
No. Nope.
All right. I'll do something different about it.
Okay.
Sorry. Let me download it.
Or you could upload it to the thing. And
that's what I meant. I just only wanted a part of it right now because there's still another one I wanted to.
Can you drag through? I think you can. I think you can. I'm not quite sure. I've never done it before. So in the meantime, we'll put that up in the background for everybody to see.
So what all events? What are you putting in the background?
The meme.
So I'll do the next events because we didn't really talk about what's happening specifically Saturday. It was more generic stuff that we were putting up there. So here we go. All right, so we have the Jazzy Jam. The third installation of 4 is this weekend. Is tomorrow and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Paseo, which is 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 139 and 141 in Pasadena. For those that are unaware, this is a prom dress and suit giveaway. It's serving all the high school seniors who were affected by the California fires. And you can register for this event by scanning the QR code. And then, every Wednesday, and started this past Wednesday, there's a senior luncheon from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at First AME Church, which is at 1700 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. To register, if you want to send an email to msz_strong@yahoo.com, or you can call 626-673-2200. We have every Saturday in April, starting this Saturday, is Ready, Sweat, Go, which is Eaton Canyon Fire Community Give Back event, where you can actually do Pilates with instructor Jackie James. And this is going to be at 945 West Foothill Boulevard in Monrovia. And it starts at 1 p.m. And the website to actually go there is right there on the screen, ReadySweatGoStudio.com. Then we have the Activate for Altadena Soulful Drive Up Brunch, which is Saturday, April 5th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. This will be at Pasadena Church East Campus at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. They're serving hot, fresh meals. If you want to donate items such as water, gift cards, and gas cards and hygiene kits, you can scan the QR code in the bottom left. If you want to register and actually get one of the free meals, you can scan the QR code in the bottom right that says RSVP. And if you'd like to volunteer, you can go to lmsandmaryfoundations.org/volunteer. And that was gone. And today also, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., there is the Let Your Voice Be Heard event at the Paseo Mall on the first floor, 300 East Colorado, Suite 151. If you want to register, you go to EatonFirePublicForum.com in order to claim your seat. Let's see. There's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So I'll plow through these and then we'll get back. So then we have the Dena Family Reunion also Saturday from 11 to 5. This is at Octavia E. Butler Magnet School. They're going to have a bunch of different stuff available, such as sports games, food vendors, music, and more. This is at 1505 North Marengo Avenue in Pasadena. Then the Youth Empowerment Festival put on by the Loveland Community Development Corp. This is for families affected by the Eaton fires. This will be also tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pasadena City Hall, which is 100 Garfield Avenue in Pasadena. And then lastly, tomorrow this is second to last, from 11 to 2 at 5301 Rivergrade Road in Irwindale, there's going to be a giveaway of donations, fresh produce, and Easter baskets for the kids. And then lastly, this is the fundraiser at the Ice House. They're raising funds for Rosebud Academy, which was actually burned down, and they're doing this one joke at a time. The event, again, is Sunday, April 6th at 4 p.m. at the Ice House. Should have that address on there. My apologies. I know it's on Mentor between Union and Colorado. Tickets are $125 for VIP experience or $75 for general admission. If you want to get your tickets, go ahead and scan the QR code. And again, remember, this is a fundraiser, in case you're seeing those prices and wondering why they're high. And with that, I am back.
And so are we.
Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go.
The address for this. 24 North Mentor Avenue.
24 North Mentor.
Yeah.
That's the Ice House.
Yeah. Instagram is the Ice House CC. Or Comedy Club.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
So there we have it. Where rhythm is live and live is mathematics. All of our good. You're muted.
Tony is muted if you're trying to say something.
You are muted.
Why you didn't just unmute me?
Well, because when you don't answer,
yeah, we weren't sure.
On the phone or something, so we're not gonna go. And I told you
saw me at
yeah, I thought you were talking on your speakerphone or something. That'd be like me going like this.
Exactly, like the movies. What was I gonna ask y'all? I don't know.
It's just the end of the
Is
week.
anybody going to Ice House this weekend to that event?
Maybe. I'm considering it.
I'm not. I got to be able to have some kind of my weekend time to myself. And there's supposed to be something.
Because Sunday is the only day that you can get for free for me.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm a
Saturday, I'm dedicating it.
Well, there's that thing at the Paseo tonight that Jackie Snow asked me to go to that I'm still debating. And then I got to be at the park at like 8:30 at La Malta. Then Jackie James's thing at 1. Then it was something else. I don't know. So I don't know. I just, I may show up places and I may not. Depends on how I feel in the morning.
And that's the truth.
Gotcha.
Because right now I'm feeling like as soon as my work day is over, I'm going to slip my bathing suit on and go sit out in the jacuzzi for a while. Because I'm kind of just like, bleh.
Well, you've been hitting meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting.
I have this week. I'm supposed to be in
you're
one
going
right
to get
now.
up tomorrow and go to the park. So I'm going to try to get up there early and do some filming.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in a meeting now from 10 to 4, and I'm just like, I can't. And then another one that somebody asked me to come to tomorrow at 4, and I'm like, ugh. So
that's why I like our AI tools, because you can just let me send my assistant to take notes. I'll turn it on and I'll be over here. I'll get the cliff notes. Oh, what were the action items? Because and it's bad enough running your own foundation. And then you say you collaborate with other people, you got to remember that the more people, the less the communication gets around to everyone.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the proper tools to communicate with, then it's going to be a mess. And I, for one, am not for messes. I don't like messes.
Neither.
I like well-oiled machine, gears grinding just right, no friction, no monkey wrench thrown in the project, just good, clean, wholesome truth with communication. That's it. I mean, that's all we got right now. Everybody's word is their bond. That's all we got. So if we look like we're bringing you something wrong, we're going to check ourselves. We ain't going to let it happen.
And make sure we get the right info. That's true.
Yeah. Just like, my boy sent me some information today, and I happened to go to the link because every time he sends me something, I check it out. And I said, oh, I know the person that's doing this event. So I called her. She called me back right before the podcast started. So I told her I had to call her afterwards. But she's doing a free event. We're going to, once I get more information about it, I'll announce it next week because it's next Saturday, not this week. So I don't like to confuse. Yeah, you don't want to announce something next week when you got so much stuff going on this week. People get confused. So definitely going to make that announcement closer to the end of the week so people can prepare for it. And I've known her for a long time. She's a good person. She actually came to the town hall. Remember I told you one of my friends came. She came with him. And she has a nonprofit that she does all kind of events. She does I don't know if you know Sam. It's in the boxing world. What's his last name? Sam something. She runs his nonprofit for his golf tournament.
No, I'm not sure.
Every year. Sam, I can't think of his name right now, last name. But, he got the same kind of hair I got. He was Don King protege, No, for real. I mean, no, in boxing, not matching his hair.
Fine. Not in the hair.
No, he's in boxing. Nah, because he might watch the show. You talking about him, man? No, I wasn't talking about you, bro. Saying you learned from the best before the corruption happened. That's just me. But we're coming up on 55 minutes. Let's see what the audience has brought. I think we had Junior from King's Breakfast and Burgers, the only place that was open during the fires and still kept going for a while. Then they shut them down for like a week, I think, because they had to turn off the gas for the neighborhood. But other than that, they're back in business. They're doing quite well. My go-to place when I'm in Dena, except when I'm going to get the free pancakes from Pharaoh's Burger. The free pancakes. But yeah. Let's see who's over here. Brandon came on. All right, Brandon. I see you, brother. Original Underground Media. So for those of you guys that don't know, Brandon always assists me when I need to do IT jobs or filming or what have you. He's like the second set of hands. We hadn't done a whole bunch of stuff together, and I was doing a lot of stuff for Joe Torre. We filmed a lot of his stuff. And we've been having a good time. Brandon's an all right brother. He's my go-to when I needed. Hey man, can you shoot over here and do this? I was about to turn over one of my clients to him until they miraculously decided they wanted to be retarded. And
miraculously.
Yeah. Well,
we want to be retarded.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have a contract with someone and you breach it, then that's pretty much what I figure you said to yourself.
Oh, is this recent one where you had this?
Yeah, I gotta tell you some stuff offline too. It's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
But coming up on anybody got anything to say? Say, hey, what you got to say? AltadenaTalks.
Happy Friday, happy birthday to your mom.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Auntie Bunny.
And Marcus, Jamal should be reaching out to you soon. He's trying to get the copyrights and everything right. So I'm pretty sure you guys have been in communication.
We haven't for about a week, but we will.
That's all right, because I'm the go-between, see? That's how it works out. Keep the communication lines open.
Comunicación.
So today I think I want Mexican food.
Hey, I'm telling you, chicken mole enchiladas. Can't go wrong with that.
I had to make that myself.
I had Mediterranean last night. I'm going to have some more.
That's my favorite. You should go check out Abu Kebab, seriously.
Shawarma.
I'm going to send you a couple of videos.
Right here, right next door in Glendora called Limon.
Take a picture of it. I want to compare the amounts.
And when I tell you, they got the best, they do these fries, right? And then they have this saffron rice and this limon chicken with the gravy. Oh my gosh. And it's so freaking good. It's a yellow kind of like gravy. I'm gonna send you a link.
Put a lot of it on the fries.
It's so daggone good. And but it's Limon Mediterranean, and I'm gonna send it.
Limon.
Limon.
Oui, oui. Limon. So
that's where I'll be.
Okay,
I'm going to Limon. So I went last night. Okay, there. I just sent you the link. But you talking about?
You can run, but you can't hide. We see you.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate everything.
Always.
And Tony, you got a presentation you're gonna do, or we done?
No, that'll be next week.
Are we finished or are we done?
We finished and we done.
We got some next week should be pretty action packed though, right? Should have some folks on Tuesday. Got a speaker on Thursday. We'll make more specific announcements about that on Monday.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, y'all gonna start seeing all kind of little snippets. And I've been working on some little snippets.
Why are you doing like that? Like you drunk?
No, because I'm doing okay. Do you ever see what's that movie with I'm blanking now. So remember when I think his name was I can't think of his name, man. I'm blanking today.
Oh my, what is happening today?
He was doing like this, coming down like he was getting ready to do some kind of karate move.
No, I don't.
I'm thinking I got.
You're not talking about Zoolander, are you?
Zoolander.
It is Zoolander.
And he was doing this. Do
you remember when Zoolander, when the dude grabbed Zoolander, and then he got kicked in the head with the foot? He's like, "Where did that come from?" And he was like,
"See, we watch a lot of goofy movies, Tony. We're not refined at all. I tell you, I grew up on Mad Magazine.
Yes. That
was my way out. That was my way out. I'm like, okay, I'm tired of getting chased home from these thugs every day. Let me just stay at the pharmacy and read these magazines. And
you were dealing with the thugs because you live down in the manor.
Right. So I'd just be like, let me just.
You know, I told you guys, we never went to the manor growing up. We heard about it, but we couldn't go down there.
Yeah, and rightfully so. It's, unless you was in the fray, you didn't want to be walking into the fray.
All right.
So, I mean, there was a lot of good people there. Don't get me wrong, but the atmosphere was.
Because people would say, "Oh, well, don't you go to Jackie Robinson Park to watch the ponies?" And I was like, "Clutch my pearls. No, we don't go down there. Jackie Robinson. No, we don't go to Jackie Robinson. The pony. Yeah, it's just we could not. That was off limits. That area for sure. The furthest we would go, like on the other side of the lake, was.
Hotline.
Was when it's funny. I told you when T-Mobile had to fix my phone because it was saying I needed an eSIM card instead of the regular SIM. It was acting up like last week or whatever. So I went in the office. So they had to reset it. And now it has that ring. And I just haven't gone back in to change anything yet. So it literally sounds like a phone. But we would go to the La Malta Park sometimes for swimming. And then, but our park was Farnsworth because it was up a block from us, right? And then again, where I don't think y'all were yet, the Y on Palm, where those new houses.
Yeah, I used to go there.
Right.
Okay,
I didn't go there, but I knew
always be at the Y because my auntie lived on Poppy Fields right there. So we'd be over her house in the summer. We'd walk down. What is it? Not Everest, whatever that is, and then over the Palm to the Y. And we were
Emerson or whatever.
Emerson, yeah. We were always swimming and at the Y's little programs and stuff. But that was the extent because I was still close. Because if we needed to walk home, we'd go up Marengo to Wapello and go all the way across from, Poppy Fields. But that was the extent of our ventures over to the other side.
Right. Well, after living there for 5 years, my dad moved us to Altadena. And I was like, wow.
Big difference.
I walked down the street and started making friends right away. I'm like,
yeah.
You live over there. Oh, you live over. Walking over to school was the treat, though, because now you get to see where everybody break off to.
Yep.
And,
And you didn't have to run.
Never.
He said you didn't have to run.
Not at all. A whole different atmosphere from what... I mean, it was good to know both sides, but it was calmer in Altadena. I could cut yards and make money.
Yeah.
I bought my first car at like 16.
That's why I said we were suburbs up there for real, like Pasadena.
I was glad y'all accepted. Because when I was going to Wilson, it would be like I'm talking to a girl, and dude coming behind me. You know he live in the Manors, right? And walk away.
Right. Because that meant that was off. Oh, or snake pit. If you heard about either one of those snake pits in the Manor, like. There's no way we could go in those areas.
What was the real name? Community Arms?
Yeah.
Community. And it was King's Manor. People always say King Manors.
Yeah, King's Manor. Right.
Then they changed it to King's Villages.
Oh.
You live in King Manor? Sometimes they just drop the S off altogether.
King Manor.
That's funny. I love my people.
And then it became the Villages? Because it was more upscale. They remodeled it and took the
Well, they
gates
just
down or something, or-
sold it to this development company for $235 million, and they have to
Did
keep
they
it.
develop it?
No, they're going to keep it
Exactly.
nonprofit low income until 2035, which is only 10 years away. So, with the urban development, urban renewal that happens in our town, you see how they started down Fair Oaks and built the apartments above the storefronts.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that coming down the street. So once it gets past Spartan Final going north, they're going to probably revamp that little shopping center. And Tasty's been holding on to their lease for 50 years. So,
Or you mean where the Vons was, that shopping center?
yeah, the Vallarta is where it is now. Across the street from New Revelation Baptist Church.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Where they be towing your car when you go there and park. I tell you, don't park over there trying to praise the Lord. You'll be yelling at Satan when you come out. Like,
he said yelling at Satan. Yeah, if they're going to take your car away, somebody will definitely be yelling.
Yeah, sure will, especially if you got to chase it. I remember one time I didn't read the signs on Ventura Boulevard in Encino. And at 4 o'clock, you have to move your car because all 3 of those lanes turn into traffic.
Open up, right.
I was chasing my car down the street. I caught him after 3 lights. And mind you, I'm in like work shoes. Not no grip on the bottom. Them is biscuits. They sliders. So,
he was chasing
trying to slide in front of the thing. I jumped on the side of the thing and said, hey, man, come on, bro. How much is it going to cost to let it off right now? I got all my life is in that car, dude. I got my computer, this, that, and the other. Come on. He said $235. I said, it's highway robbery.
Right.
Go around it. Here, take my credit card. No, we only do cash. And luckily, it was an ATM right there. I said, man, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. That's how it is. So hopefully, what do you think they're going to be doing about the zoning of the streets once everything gets rebuilt? Are we going to get parking enforcement going to start coming up there? What do you think?
For what? It's going to be the same zoning. They're not changing our zoning.
Oh, good. Because
well, that's just like when somebody got on here talking about, we just need to add sidewalks. Shut up. Because that's not just
yeah, that's a grip.
That's money. At least 15 racks per household. Plus, you lose 3 to 6
for that little piece of slab too.
Huh?
Now that's why you see it's funny when you go down Altadena Drive. You see it goes all the way to Santa Rosa, and then it is no sidewalks all the way until you get to maybe Fair Oaks and Altadena Drive. Maybe.
Well, there's the first one right there by the sheriff's station.
Yeah, that's the one I say that continues all the way.
Then it
gets to Christmas Tree Lane. And then it goes past there.
It goes past
There's a wall,
but not quite to Marengo. It stops.
Yeah, it stops. And then there's nothing there. But they started putting curbs on Marengo all the way up. So there's curbs there now, but not sidewalk.
For what?
I don't know. They just maybe because the water running down the street.
To make them more rounded and go to the gutters?
To make it stay gutter, yeah. Because, you drive up there sometimes and if there's nothing at the bottom of the street to like we call it deep end grade or whatever, it's just going to sit there.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
we're going to get off here, folks. We didn't talk your heads off long enough. So
y'all have a great weekend.
And we'll see you on the flip side. Brandon, we got to talk in case you're still watching. And we're going to take y'all out with our infamous intro, outro. So peace out, y'all. Outro.